The tail of the tape. Elon Musk, everyone's favorite oligarch, pseudo inventor, possible Thomas Edison ripoff artist, number one, what's that game? Diablo 3 player in the world, has challenged Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, to one-on-one physical combat over the fate of Ukraine. Yeah, I mean, it's just from a serious standpoint for a second, it's absolutely wild that this is a real thing. That Elon Musk is challenging Vladimir Putin to physical combat over the fate of millions of people. I mean, my first thought is why. My second thought is televise it and market the hell out of it and make a shitload of money off of it. You thought that what was it? What was the big one? McGregor Mayweather, right? You thought that made money? No, this is going to make a lot of money. Putin versus, I was going to say Trump. Putin versus Elon. Trump will be Elon's second, just in case. Putin, or like his, if it's a boxing match, he could be like his corner guy, his cut guy, cleaning him up, sucking on his toes. Ooh, that was an AI video. Don't reference that. That was fake. Was it? So, how would this fight play out? I've done some research, preliminary research on Musk versus Putin. Like, how's this going to play out? So, let's go to the tail of the tape. Physical attributes. I have two pictures that we could just look at. So here's Putin. All right. This is from, I think, 3 years ago at this point. I don't know. Looks pretty good, my opinion. Right? It's a good looking fish, too. Perch, maybe. Tasty. You fillet that, fry that up at the campfire. I don't know. He looks pretty fit, right? So that's 3 years ago. I got him at 5'7", 158. Small, featherweight, right? I think tiny, short guy, short man syndrome. Look it up. Napoleon might tell you a little bit about what's going on right now. I'm just saying. So how does he square up against Elon? They got Elon at 6'2", 198, which I think is a bunch of bullshit. Look at this picture of Elon. You're telling me this is 198? Really? I don't think so. Ugh. He looks so pale and chubby. I mean, does he have abs? Not really. I don't know. It's hard to tell. The picture's a little pixely too. He's so pale. Like, it's not doing it justice on the broadcast, just how pale he looks in this picture. He looks pasty. Pasty. He looks like pure Colombian Bam Bam. So I'm saying 198, no way. He's got to be, pushing 240, right? 250? I mean, I wrote down 230 to be like, not try to be a dick about it, but there's no way he's 198. So he's more in the heavyweight class. He's clearly got some weight on Putin. I think that would be a contributing factor to this bout. He's got some poundage on him. I mean, 6'2", he's probably got a longer reach. Putin has, he's 5'7", so I'd imagine. I mean, let's look at the Putin pick again. Yeah, he's got short arms, stubby arms. So he doesn't have a big reach. Now, that being said, we do have some martial arts. So this could be like a MMA bout because both of these combatants have various claims to various martial arts skills. Okay. Elon Musk, we'll go over him first. He infamously challenged and then backed out of a match with Mark Zuckerberg. This was about 2 years ago. Here's the article. Elon Musk, I trained in judo, kyokushin, full contact, and no rules street fighting. I don't know how you train in no rules street fighting. Inherently, when you're training, you're kind of learning the rules and the basics of a certain discipline. So if there's no rules or technique, how do you train in it? Does that make any sense? I uh, I would think no rules street fighting would just be like, avoiding getting stabbed in an alley, basically, right? Or like, I don't know, getting into a like bar fight or finding a fight club on the weekend to get mixed up in. I have no idea what he means by that. He doesn't elaborate in this article. This is about the Zuckerberg bout. So he says he's judo trained. Here's the tweet. June 23rd, 2023. Very dated now. I trained in judo, kyokushin, and no rules street fighting. So he's already, qualifying it there. Like, oh, I didn't. It was a long time ago. I don't know. I might be rusty. I don't know. So, just, just saying. He's even qualifying it there. So now he wants to fight, and this fight never happened. He backed out of it. Um, yeah, he said he had to get a surgery or something on his something. I don't know, abdomen surgery, I think. Yeah. I think we can all agree Elon isn't serious and it's time to move on. This was Zuckerberg talking about it after Elon pulled out. So, but now he wants to fight former KGB agent Vladimir Putin. I would think, despite the distinct height and weight advantage Elon has, he would get his clock cleaned by Putin. Uh, Putin is allegedly a judo black belt judo. Do I have any idea what that means? No, I don't. I have a very cursory knowledge of martial arts and UFC, MMA, fighting, that area, kickboxing. I liked boxing more, but boxing is going to die soon because all the fighters are dying. Because who would have known punching people in the head causes brain damage? What? Shocking. I know. So Musk is challenging Putin. I would like to see the response from Vladdy Poots. This was about 12 hours ago, 13 hours ago, so it's still developing. I haven't really checked like the mainstream news and see if they have the Putin response. Has he accepted the challenge, the bout? Putin response to Musk fight. Oh, that's right. I forgot. He challenged him to a fight um like 3 years ago at the start of all this. I forgot about that. 'Cause this article right here is from 2022, March 14th, 2022. So this to me seems like a reissue though of the challenge, right? Like, hey, I've challenged him before. I'm willing to step up again. I'll do it. I'll do it. I guess the old challenge was a fist fight, so I'm wondering if it's a boxing match, Elon has a chance. He has a chance. He's got the weight. And I mean, he looks like he has a longer reach, right? This is Putin, short, stubby arms. Elon, look at those. Look at those long, gangly bastards. Damn. Damn. Putin ain't touching him in a boxing match. He's not getting close. No chance. I mean, if Elon has any sort of footwork, he could win. he could win. He's got to land one knockout. And you bet your ass that Trump's calling up Dana White and getting Dana to send over his best to train Elon, right? They're all in the same circle. Get together and train up Elon to fight for the fate of the free world, Western world. Because why the fuck not? That's where we're at in 2025. Shirtless Elon Musk. And we have him up not like 100% to make fun of him. We have it up because, I mean, I need to look at the physique to do the tail of the tape, you know? I mean, it's not my fault that Vladimir Putin controls his shirtless pics. I mean, this is like classic and classy. This, I mean, ugh, ugh. I might get in trouble for showing this pic. I really don't care at this point. Cancel me. No one watches. So, I don't know. I mean, they're both judo trained. My one thought is Elon has like what, 15 kids at this point? So he's got to have that like extra dad strength, right? You know how dads are just stronger because they've pumped out a kid. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but it just does, right? You have a kid, all of a sudden you're a dad, and it's like you got dad strength, instincts, parental instincts. You gotta defend something, protect something now, so it probably kicks in that old ancient DNA we got from living in the caves. Dad strength. Look it up. I think Vladimir Putin has kids though too, but he doesn't have like 20 of them. So he's lacking in the dad strength, I would think, compared to Elon, especially if it's like an exponential thing. The more kids you have, the more dad strength you get. I would think that Putin would be behind in that. But I mean, he could have a ton of kids. Let's look it up. Can't believe we're looking up Vladimir Putin's dad strength right now, but let's do it. Kids. How many? Family of Vladimir Putin. It's not good that it's an entire Wikipedia page. That's not a good start. That means he probably has a lot of kids. In 1983, Vladimirovich? Are you serious? His middle name's Vladimirovich? Oh my God. I never knew this. That's uh that's the wildest thing I've ever seen. Vladimir Vladimirovich. It's hard to say. Here it is. Did someone edit this? Maybe it's Wikipedia. Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. Wouldn't that be calling someone like Samuel Smith? Right? I'm not as familiar with Russian naming conventions as I am with some other countries. Vladimir Vladimirovich. The fate of the world rests in the hands of a guy named Vladimir Vladimirovich. Just going to let that sink in. Okay. Back to how many kids does he have? Dad strength. We're looking up dad strength. I think he's got three. Two. He's got two kids. So he's severely lacking in dad strength compared to Elon. Elon, I think a boxing match, you take this. Don't let him bait you into a one-on-one judo, though. I think he's going to whoop you. Some people think that he's not good at judo, but I found this little ditty. This is from, I don't know, some rag. Marine black belt judges Vladimir Putin's judo moves. Now, this is a little dated, 5 years ago. So he's older. He's 5 years older and rustier at this point. I didn't even think about their ages. Putin's like in his 60s, right? Musk is not that old. He's not in his 60s. Because there's, you know, the Russians have been known to be a little hyperbolic on occasion. Goes back to the whole Cold War thing. So a lot of people have been like, well, Putin's lying. He's not actually good at martial arts. So they had a black belt judge's moves from a video. And this is the important part. I expected to see a carefully crafted bit of propaganda meant to hide Putin's advancing age. Instead, I was surprised to find that the 66-year-old man actually does seem rather spry and capable. Moreover, despite some rust on the joints, he generally does appear to know what he's doing on the mats. So he knows what he's doing. He's trained. How old is he now? He's got to be, what, 71? Right? He's got to be old as, yeah, like 71. You going to make me do math? This isn't a math pod. All right. Born in 1952, so 50 years takes us to 2002 plus another 23. So he's 73 or 72. Well, it's October, so he's 72. He'll be 73 in October. Elon's not that old, right? He's like got to be 48. I'm just going to throw that out there. I have no idea. 1971, 54. Okay, 54 years old. All right. 14 kids. It's right there. So I had 15, but I think it is 15 now, or there's like a 15th coming on the way. He's got that dad strength. That's important. Putin, one advantage, he may fight dirty. I don't know. He doesn't play by the rules. So might be a good idea that Elon's trained in the street fighting, or so he says. Because if Putin's not going to play by the rules, then, you know, might as well hide something somewhere, Elon. A little shiv or something, right? Would I bet money on Elon? No. I think he's a bullshitter. I think he's got good intentions. I also think he's got a giant ego and is a bullshitter and is just trying to constantly feed that ego with likes on his Twitter. I might get banned for this. I don't really care. So we'll see what happens. Boxing match, Elon's got a shot. He's got, look, if he's actually like 230, all right, even if he's at the listed weights, 198 and 158, he's got 40 pounds on. That's a lot. That's a lot. If we move it up to what I really think they might actually weigh, he's got, like 50 pounds, 50 or 60. Ugh. So I think that would push it in Elon's direction. I think he would really wrap it up. I'd like to see it. Why not? We apparently can't come to a diplomatic solution. That seems impossible. Seems like the Europeans want to just. Now, I think what the Europeans ideally want is for Ukraine to last out another 5 to 10 years so they can build their European army. And then they're probably going to, I don't know, what if they invade Russia? Terrifying. Oh, DT, what are you talking about? Democratic governments invading another country? That would never happen. The Western world invading somewhere? Another Western country? What? You ever think for a second that maybe, just just maybe, the Euros have a hard on to invade Russia? Russia is going to face severe social issues, as will Europe. over the next 20 years. Aging populations, not enough people to replace them. Europe chose to go the route of importing a bunch of immigrants from North Africa and the Middle East to solve their problem. I don't think it's working out very well for them, but that's what they chose to do. Now, rather than getting all of your oil and gas from Russia, wouldn't it be easier if you just owned Russia? You just keep feeding money and resources and troops and weapons to Ukraine. Maybe eventually you'll weaken Russia enough that you'll have a civil war, civil unrest. Putin will get voted out, deposed, a coup, military coup, and you get someone a little bit more friendly and submissive as the head of the Russian empire. Russia's run by the oligarchs. They just want the money to keep flowing. I don't really think they give a shit about righting historical wrongs at this point. It's all about money. Greenbacks, baby. He also says in this tweet he threatens to kind of turn off Starlink, which will sink the Ukrainian army. Wayback Machine, long memories here at the DT show. I remember when he gave Starlink to Ukraine for like free at the beginning of the war, and he was being cheered by the same people who are now saying he's Hitler incarnate. Just saying. Just saying. So, who do you think's going to win? Do you think this is how we should solve military conflicts moving forward? We should just pit the leaders of the two nations together in mortal combat, physical combat. Well, let's do mortal combat. Why don't we bring back duels? Let's just have them duel. Give them each a pistol, 10 paces, turn around, shoot. Whoever's left standing, well, you won. You get the other, take over the other country. Yeah. I don't know. It'd save a lot of resources and human lives. Also, when I was growing up and was a kid, I just kind of thought we were past this, like, empire nonsense. And then I stopped paying attention to what they were teaching me in history class and started trying to learn for myself on the internet. And I realized that, oh no, we're very much still in the nationalist empire colonialism stage. It's just colonial capitalism. Belt and Road. Stop calling Gene Deckman. Stop calling Gene Hackman's death tragic. The guy was 95 years old. He was a multimillionaire, Academy Award winning actor. He had a great life. He didn't know what the hell was going on. His wife was dead. R.I.P. Gene Hackman's wife. I don't remember her name. Okinawa? What is it? Betsy Arakawa. R.I.P. Betsy Arakawa. I had no idea who you were until Gene Hackman died. Sounds like his wife died of natural causes, and then he did too. And he probably had no idea what was going on because he had Alzheimer's. So I think what people are like, it's a tragic death. It's such a tragedy. Like, are you upset the dog died too? Did you never see Marley and Me? Old Yeller? The dog dies. Right? Do they just not make movies like that anymore where the dog dies? They don't make good movies. I mean, the two like best picture favorites was like a remake of that Julia Roberts movie where she's in like Hollywood and she's a prostitute. Like a Russian remake of that. And some like weird trans, like not weird, but it was a weird concept. It was like a cartel leader transitions into a woman. No, that's like the premise of the movie, I think. Amelia Perez. That one, honestly, can I be honest with you? Actually sounds interesting. Like I might pop that one on. You know, if it's anything like Sicario, like if the whole transitioning thing is kind of like the B story, not the A story, I'd be interested. Like if the A story is just like, you know, political machinations and maneuverings of the cartels and like hits and shit, I'd be interested in that. I'd watch that. But the lead actor, actress, uh, performer. There you go. That's safe. They caught a lot. They got canceled by the left because they like Trump or something. I may have that wrong. There's so many Amelia Perez controversy. There's so many different news stories at this point. It's really hard to keep track. Show me the tweets. I'm sorry. Is it just my impression, or is there more Muslims in Spain? Every time I go to pick up my daughter from school, there are more women with their hair covered and their skirts down to their heels. Next year, instead of English, we'll have to teach Arabic. Okay. I mean, it's not the best joke, but it's kind of funny. Are there a lot of Muslims in Spain? I didn't know that. Here's another one. So many scientists in the world making bombs, so many scholars constructing objects for space, so many medicinal factories, and there's no one who can get in line with this Chinese shit. Oh, I don't, that one doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest with you. So clearly, she's got some work. Or am I even saying, am I misgendering this person? We should figure that out. She, Carla Sofia Gascon. Okay, perfect. I mean, clearly she needs to work on her delivery. You know, I mean, those weren't that funny. Like, I mean, people should be allowed to work out material on the internet on Twitter. Let's get back to good comedy. I want funny. When was the last time there's been an actually funny movie, like a comedy that everyone went and watched? The Hangover, right? That was the last one like I remember seeing in theaters. We used to go watch comedies together. We used to go watch movies together. That was like a big bonding thing in this country. Everyone would go watch the same movie, and then we'd talk about it for like months afterwards, and like buy merch and video games and shit. We don't do that anymore. Why not? Like, what's up with that? Doesn't make much sense to me. Let's look it up. Most successful comedy films all time. I just want numbers, like box office. All time worldwide box office for comedy movies. They're passing off Barbie as a comedy movie. I never saw it, so I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. This is actually a lot more surprising than I thought. Number two, here, we'll bring it up. Why not? Number two, The Hangover, Part 2. Zoom in a little more. There you go. So Barbie 2023 made $1 billion, which is almost 3 times as much as The Hangover Part 2, and is a comedy. I never saw it. Couldn't tell you. Maybe it is. I don't know. Look at these Chinese films. That's crazy. That should tell you everything you need to know. We don't have money anymore in the US, the average consumer. We're not going to see movies. We're waiting until they come on our subscriptions that we pay out the butt for, which is a scam, all these subscriptions. They got rid of cable, but then you got to pay for like 12 different subscriptions just to watch the 5 movies you like watching because they constantly keep moving. Home Alone, look at that juggernaut, 1990. Mrs. Doubtfire, R.I.P. Robin Williams. Pokemon 2019 Detective Pikachu. I remember that one. That one was weird. So the last, if you exclude Barbie and Kung Fu Panda 4, which is a animated child's movie, adult comedy, the last big one in America, The Hangover Part 2, 14 years ago. 14 years ago. Wow. And you got a bunch of Chinese films in the top 20. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It just goes to show. Rain Man isn't a comedy either. What the hell is this list? I haven't seen it in a long. I mean, I guess it's a little funny. Dustin Hoffman's kind of funny in it, but I don't know. It's a pretty serious. Like all Tom Cruise movies, there's a lot of seriousness in the plot, despite the yucks. Is it Hollywood Cooked? Is it done? Never Say Die? Isn't that like a James Bond movie? Oh, it's another Chinese movie. Never Say Die. Hold on, I gotta look this up. Never Say Die movie. It says 1939. Oh, it's a Chinese movie. Another Chinese movie. Yeah, we're cooked. The empire's over. The Chinese are watching movies more than we are. They're going to fucking movie theaters. It's over. We've lost. Nothing Trump does is going to fix it. This is the most terrifying thing I've seen all day. In months. We've lost. Look at that. They got 1, 2, 3 in the past 2 years. Almost a half a billion. The Chinese are making comedies. They're so comfortable in their society right now. They are making comedy movies that are killing and people are going to watch. Meanwhile, we are making Emilia Perez and Nora's Russian. We're making fucking Emilia Perez. I mean, do they even release like comedies anymore? Like comedy movies? We'll just look at like 2025 major comedy films coming up 2025. It'll just give me Chinese films. Watch. Okay, it's given me some. So let's see. Let's see if any of these look like they're going to be good. Got to be honest with you. They look terrible already. All right. I just want like a list. The most anticipated movies of 2025. Here we go. Better Man. Better Man looks like the dumbest shit. I'm not watching that. I refuse to give it any respect. Why would I want to watch a Robbie Williams biopic? Who the fuck is that guy? September 5th? Oh, God. The 1972 Munich Olympic hostage crisis? Tough to find comedy in that. A Wolfman reboot. Flight Risk. Okay. A horror movie. Love Hurts. Okay. None of these look like comedies. Here's your closest one. Hard Eyes. That one came out like a month ago. The trailer looked like a comedy. This is where there's a serial killer who kills people on Valentine's Day, I think. Let's watch the trailer. Why not? Content can't take my eyes off of you. I'll sing it instead. Heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much.
For the past 2 years, a masked maniac known as the Hard-Eyes Killer has stalked,
hunted,
and brutally slain couples on Valentine's Day.
Just on Valentine's Day.
With no motive yet.
The rest of the year he's hiding out.
This is more than just murder. He's like Cupid with a kink.
What the? You baby. Yeah, I don't know. That looks a little comedic to me. I mean, listen to that line.
He's like Cupid with a kink.
He's like Cupid with a kink. AI wrote that for sure. Captain America, Brave New World. The Gorge. Paddington. I don't understand those movies. I'm not British, so. The Monkey. Yeah, that's like a scary movie. The Last Breath. Like, none of these just look like obvious comedies, which is never good. Novocaine. Jack Quaid is Nathan Kane from The Boys, a hero who is immune to pain due to a rare genetic disorder. Pass. I mean, the last like good comedy I saw I didn't see in theaters. It was Jack Johnson. It was on like Hulu or something. It was like a Hulu exclusive. I mean, it was pretty funny. It wasn't like great, but it was pretty funny. It was decent. Jake Johnson? Jack Johnson is the guy who sings the parking lot song. We want the guy who was on New Girl. What was it? It was not Safety Not Guaranteed. That was a while ago. This is a different one. This is fairly recent. 2020 something. What was it called? It was called Don't Look Up. No. I haven't seen that one. Oh, Self-Reliance. There we go. There you go. Self-Reliance. This is funny. And it's got Anna Kendrick. What more do you want? 6.0 on IMDb. You know what, IMDb? Go fuck yourself. That's bullshit. At least a 7, in my opinion. So I guess they weren't that far off. Like I said, is it great? No. But it's pretty good. It's pretty funny. I don't know. Well, how long does it came out? 2 years ago. So I don't know. The Chinese they've won. I'm declaring it over. We might just come back and check this in a couple months, and I swear if they have the top one, I don't know if anything's going to beat Barbie, but that's insane. 1.5. But if they're second, they got like an $800 million comedy, it's over. It's over. It's over. Societies that make comedic films that kill and are like number one at the box office and make this much money, they're winning. So the fact that they're doing it and we are not, artists make films that reflect the current emotions and atmosphere of the environment that they live in. That is why we are only getting cheap corporate franchise sequels and like dystopian remakes like Dune. and Blade Runner. And of course, you're always going to have like a dozen woke Oscar chasing films. Also, if you're one of those Academy members who said that you weren't going to watch Dune, you should have your vote stripped from you. That's bullshit. You should watch the movies that are nominated, no matter how long and boring they are. I'm guessing that you sat and watched through 5 hours of The fucking Irishman a couple years ago. So why don't you get your head out of your ass, okay, and just watch the movies that are nominated. Stop being a pretentious, pompous asshole. Give up your votes if you're not going to watch the movies that are nominated. How hard is that? I don't think it's very hard. Do you know how many people would want to be on the Academy voting for Best Picture? Do you know how many people would actually watch the movies that are nominated and wouldn't be like proud of the fact that they don't watch the movies nominated? Do you know how much of like a middle finger that is to all the people who worked on that movie? Do you know how many people worked on that movie? You think it was just like 1, 2, the ones you don't like? Because I'm sure it's about just, I don't like that person or this person or that director, so I'm not going to watch it. It's 3 hours long. I'm not going to watch it. I don't know. There's a storm coming. That's about all I know. Okay? There's a storm coming. There are cracks. There are cracks forming. One story I'm kind of chasing, keeping an eye on, and I might actually try to get in contact with like some South Africans. Because I'm starting to think we're being fed a bunch of bullshit. White genocide in South Africa, allegedly. Allegedly. And I'm going to throw that up there. Allegedly. Heavy allegedly on this one. Tucker Carlson had a guy on who said he's being deported or something, put in jail because he's white. What was the headline? I probably shouldn't just recklessly say that. No, here it is. Man charged with treason for speaking to Tucker about the killing of whites in South Africa. I'll show it real quick. See? Watch for yourself if you want. I watched like the first 45 minutes, an hour of it. Look, here's the deal. Did white people do a lot of heinous, fucked up shit in the past? Yes, we did. Did all the other race also do a lot of heinous, fucked up shit in the past? Yes, they also did. It's kind of time that we just move on. Let's just let bygones be bygones. Let's try to all treat each other with respect and equally. Treat others how you would want them to treat you or your family. Treat others how you would want them to treat your wife or your kids. Right? You wouldn't want someone to be mean to your wife or your kids, would you? Doesn't really matter what they look like, who they are, where they're from. Just be nice. Love each other. Open doors for people. Smile. Say hello. Say thank you. Use manners. We got to move on from this like retaliatory genocide nonsense. It's not productive. We should be, at this point, we should be in like lifting off mode. Like we're going to start colonizing the galaxy fucking mode. And instead we're like, we got like 2 morons, or well, 1 moron who's like, I'll fight you over the lives of 1 million people. Just name the place. And if I lose, I guess just kill him. I don't know. What is it like if that fight happens and he loses, what does that mean? Does that mean Putin can just nuke Ukraine? I don't understand, you know? I mean, clearly there would need to be some sort of outline to what the result of this alleged fight would result in. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you're watching on Rumble, if you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. Love you. Appreciate you. I will be back with a full week of afternoon coffee starting Thursday. Right? Yeah, Thursday, 1 o'clock here on Rumble. No show tomorrow. It's going to be a Balatro Marathon over on Twitch. And then I'm going to be doing something on Twitch this afternoon, too, probably about 4 o'clock. It'll either be some Transport Fever 2 or Balatro. I haven't really decided yet. Might do Transport Fever 2. I've been trying to get that running for a while. All the socials to the right. Like and subscribe, comment. We'd love your support. We'd really appreciate it here at the DT Show, DT Daily Afternoon Coffee. This is Afternoon Coffee. I am DT. Thank you. Love you. Stay safe. Be nice. I'm out.